Welcome to Radio Fixer's channel. Subscribe for upcoming videos. This is my office area, and I was trying to install some type of shelves that I can display some of my radios. And I looked at online, tried first to purchase. First they were pretty expensive, and then they were too large, not exactly the size I was looking for. And so I started thinking, I said, you know what, maybe I'm going to be able to actually build those shelves myself. As you see, there is an opening like a triangle on the right hand side. And this is what I was thinking to, build some type of, some type of shelves here. And also around the window, you see there's two corners around the windows. And also where the cabinet installed upper section, there are some opening in both sides. And of course the top of the cabinet as well. And so I start thinking, I got a piece of paper, start drawing something. Then we're thinking there is not enough space here, so I have to come up with some type of solution, like a floating shelf without any type of support in the bottom, because if I use those type of support that I saw online, you're going to lose a lot of space. So I start looking through the attic and garage for the plywood, the wood for recycling. These are all recycling wood. And so I use the table saw first and cut them to the size that I need with the table saw. Then for the areas that for the triangles, because that you see on the side, so cut those to the side. Some of the boards that they were not wide enough for those space, to glue it and let it sit for 24 hours to dry. So it become exactly 12 inches, wide. I already measured, and I'm using this tool jigsaw. As you see, I lined up where they need to be cut. So those are the cuts I'm going to make. With a few other cuts. Then I'm going to try to install it on a cabinet, and if everything fit perfect, going to be sanded, painted, and then reinstalled. I also using this to sand it. This tool I bought years ago, and it's really worked very well. So you just need a few tools to do this job. Really, it's not a big deal. A metal that I bought from Lowe's. That's the measurement, as you see. And I start cutting it to the same size of actually the wood, and install them to the wall after being cut. Of course you have to drill it, the size of the screws that you're going to use. After drilling it, install them to the wall, and then this is how it's been installed. It's pretty simple, pretty strong. These are for corner of the walls and also the cabinets. See, the good thing about this is, that it's pretty easy to install. Just going to bring the board like that, line it up like this, and you press it in. And anytime you want to take it out, you just pull it out like that. All right? This worked very well. See that? So it's easy install, and so that is how all of them put together. All right. And today I made some drywall filler, so I'm using to fill up all these holes for this shelf. Because it's going to be painted white, so I'm not using wood filler, I'm just using the drywall filler, the plaster. And so all this thing is going to be filled and lightly sanded, and I'm going to paint it to match the trim, the trim. So anyway, that's what I'm doing today. So all these holes need to be filled like that. Like that. Alright? All the openings everywhere, you know, I need to do that. I will show you before I paint it. Alright, all been sanded, all the holes is filled, and sand ready to be painted. So I started actually painting this shelf. This is the first coat. Putting pretty light coat because I don't want the plaster comes out of the wood. Again, the reason I use plaster is just to be faster. I didn't have any wood filler, and plaster usually do a good job as well. So for the first coat, I'm going to wait until it dry everything, then put the second coat. And then the next thing I had to think about another room that I built that a few years ago. This was an attic area. Hopefully someday I'm going to show you how I did that. First, what I did, I put a string exactly where I want the shelf be, and then I measured, you know, from there, because that's much easier. Now you can see what you want to build there, measure that. So again, back to the garage, you know, using the table saw, cutting it to the size. Yeah, today I sanded and filled up the hole one more time. I'm gonna wait until dry, then sand it one more time, and then after that is ready for paint. Of course, it's going to be white to match the others. All right, all the brackets are installed. Find where the 2x4 were and install those. So what actually I did, I got a bracket like this. I wish I could find something thicker, but I could not. You know, it's so actually I cut some extra. Let me show you this one. You know, it's, as you see, this is a little bit longer. So I cut the extra one out, you know, the extra metal. I want the longer side being the bottom. Then put a hole through it, you know, put the hole and cut that off. So we can put the screws, all of them be installed with the screws. They're all like that. The reason I cut that piece out, because when you put the shelf, you know, install the shelf, you're not going to see that bracket. I was trying to hide the brackets so you don't see the bracket. The thickness here is the same thickness of the wood, the shelf. So, and of course, the shelf is already being painted, it being dried. So I'm going to install that today. So that's how I want to show you. You know, I look everywhere online. I couldn't find anything thick here, but this is pretty strong. I bought it from the very, very strong, you know. So anyway, let's install that shelf. All right, it's installed. And this project, it took some time, but it's worth it. It came out very nice. I'm really happy with the end result. Installed, completely done. I guess the next, I'm gonna put all the transistor radios right in these shelves. Okay, folks, this is the end result. As you see, there is no bracket. You cannot see any bracket at all. So this is just sitting there by itself. I'm very happy with the end result of all the shelves. It made it so unique place. Since this pandemic, I spent a lot of time up here. And so at least when I walk in and feel it pretty comfortable. All the radios are displayed here, and once in a while I move them around, trying to get it the way actually I want to. I hope this video helped you. And again, the purpose of this radio to give you some ideas if you want to build, if you have a small space and but you want to display your whatever you're interested, whatever you collect, at least to give you some idea how to use a small space and display whatever is important to you. Thank you for watching, and you all have a great day. Take care. I want to take the opportunity and thank you for taking your valuable time watching these videos. If you're interested to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and you will be notified when a new video being uploaded. You have a great day.